everybody, Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent, welcoming you to this week's AEW Dynamite Recap show. This week's Dynamite took place at the Stockton Arena in Stockton, California, and we started off with a backstage interview. Renee Paquette was interviewing Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega. This was the 4th anniversary of AEW, and they were talking about, hey, when AEW first started, they were enemies, but tonight, they're tag team partners. As they were talking, somebody caught Kenny Omega's eyes, and that person was the superstar formerly known as Edge. That's right, he is still the rated R superstar, Adam Copeland. He comes in and says, hey, it's nice to see Chris Jericho again. Looked like Kenny Omega was kind of marking out for Adam Copeland a little bit. Kind of starstruck there in his delivery, but could happen to anybody. Before I get started, as far as the matches, I would like to ask you to be a champ yourself, or a superstar, wherever you want to call yourself, and hit that subscribe button. It will be greatly appreciated. Now let's let it rip. Alright, first match of course is for the AEW International Championship. The challenger, Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks, challenging Lucha Brother Ray Phoenix. Decent match here. Look like they just trying to use a little bit of psychology. Ray Phoenix was selling the injured back, which I guess it could be injured. Who knows? I haven't really looked that up. If you know, hit me up in the comments. Ray Phoenix would dodge a Nick Jackson kick, causing the Buckaroo to kick the post. So you got Nick Jackson selling the foot. Each of them were a little bit working on those injuries, but they would go back to hitting their usual stuff. They trade finishers, of course, trade no-sell super kicks. So there goes the a little change of pace here, but they do what they do best, do video game wrestling, which it looks pretty cool, gotta admit. Phoenix went for his fireman pile driver, but Nick countered that with a roll up. Phoenix reversed the roll up. 1, 2, 3. Ray Phoenix is still your international champion. Next. And okay, now it's time for cringe. And unfortunately, we had to watch this cringe, skit twice. It was the Roderick Strong, or Adam Cole coming by Roderick Strong's house. Roddy got him a new little, not wheelchair, little scooter thing that if you got a broke leg or something, you put your leg on it and then you scoot across. They play around in the kitchen with it, blah, blah, blah. Then Roderick Strong asked him to move his furniture, asked Adam Cole to move his furniture. Like I said, very cringy stuff. Unfortunately, we had to sit through this thing twice because audio difficulty. I'm like screaming at the TV at this point. I'm like, look, we got the gist of it. We don't want, I for one didn't want to see it again. I did not find this entertaining whatsoever. If you found it entertaining, let me know in the comments. Or if you agree with me, definitely leave a comment. But me, this whole Roderick Strong thing is I'm not into it at all. Next match of the night is Griff Garrison versus Wardlow, and poor Griff Garrison, big kid, 6'2", 6'3", or something like that. I'm not sure what his weight is. Not like hugely muscular, but definitely keeps in shape. With the right molding, he can be. I ain't saying he can be the next Steve Austin or Brock or anything like that, or Ric Flair. At least profitable for you. But I guess they need a big guy to squash here, and he was there. So basically, he was used as Wardlow's punching and kicking bag for a few seconds. Then 5 power bombs later, ref calls it. Wardlow wins. Next. Alright, next match is for the Trios, AEW Trios Championship. The challengers, Kip Saban, Butcher and Blade versus Daddy Ass and the Acclaim, the champions. The challengers attacked the champs first, but Daddy S and Acclaim got control temporarily. We had the picture-in-picture heat on Max Caster. Hot tag to Bowen. He cleans house. And they wind up winning with some kind of variation of a catapult, suplex, whatever. Kind of a dud as far as finisher, but at least they're trying something different. Next up we have an in-ring segment with the Bullet Club Gold. The Guns with Juice Robinson comes out, insult to MJF, and JF comes out. Of course, he comes out because he's accused of attacking Switchblade Jay White last week after at the end of the show. So MJF does come out. He says he didn't do it, and of course they trade insults. MJF said, "Hey, this is a good time for a street fight." He goes to a ring. The Guns and Juice Robinson back out. Of course, this is a ploy. Out comes Jay White from nowhere, hits the Sling Blade, steals the belt, gets on the podium, and said, "Hey, next pay-per-view, me and you full gear." And MJF says, "Yes, let's do it." Next up is tag team action. It is Chris Jericho teaming with Kenny Omega. Sammy Guevara is out with injury, so taking his place since his partner is injured is Aussie Open's Kyle Fletcher teaming with Kensuke Tashida. Kenny Omega worked on Tashida to get the advantage, quick in and out, some double teaming. Of course, we got the picture-in-picture advantage for Fletcher and Tashida. Good back and forth match here, and personally, I think this Fletcher kid has star potential. He hung with the big boys, but in the end, it was Jericho with a code breaker, Omega with a one-wing angel on Fletcher. 1, 2, 3. Don Callis is not happy about this. Of course, he kind of badmouths Fletcher out of nowhere again. Seems like they're both love doing that now. They attacks out of nowhere. Powerhouse Hobbs comes in, attacks Jericho and Omega, puts a serious whipping on both. Hobbs and Takeshita duct tape and restrain Kenny Omega so Don Callis can hit him over the head with a chair. Chris Jericho tried to get in the way, but they just took him out as well. So yeah, I guess a new member of the Don Callis family is Powerhouse Hobbs. Next up is the ladies. Sky Blue going against, yes, you seen in the skit earlier, she's going to be referred to as Timeless Toni Storm. Man, I love this character, the 1950s blonde bombshell, Marilyn Monroe type, starlet, torture soul, movie star, whatever it is. Definitely dig it. It fits her. She's doing a great job at it. Beginning of it, she was dominating blue here, and incorporating that character into the match. That's something you don't see too often, but she does a good job here. Make sure people you hear on the mic, say a few words and stuff like that. But and of course, and I did tweet out that hey, did I just hear before the picture-in-picture break? First of all, you had Toni Storm say, "Hey, we'll be back right after these messages," or "Yeah, we'll be back after these important messages." Then looked at Sky Blue and say, "Titty slaps," right before it went to the picture-in-picture commercial break. Anyway, Sky Blue would make a brief comeback, but it was Toni Storm with a hip attack into the Eye of the Storm pile driver for the W. Like I said, very entertaining stuff here. Alright, last segment of the night is the Rated R superstar Adam Copeland coming to the ring. Gave the whole, hello, I'm happy to be here thing, and starts name dropping potential opponents. Looks at the camera also saying, "Hey, I think the AEW World Championship will look good around my waist." But he said the reason he's here, he asked his daughters what should he do? Should he retire? What should he do? Then this 9-year-old little girl said, "Hey, why don't you go have fun with Uncle Jay?" Uncle Jay, of course, is Christian Cage. Copeland said, "Hey, why don't you?" He called out Christian Cage to come to the ring, and it looked like he almost made Christian break character when he called him a dick. But Copeland said, "Hey, he wants to put the band back together again. Let's team up. Let's face FTR and Young Bucks. Let's show them what we can do and go out together." And Cage gives him a hug and gets on the mic and tells Adam Copeland to go boop himself. Yes, I think everybody pretty much knew what he said. Not sure why they're going to do that. I guess, more realistic, tell somebody, go, can I say that? Hope I can. Christian told Adam Copeland to go fuck himself. A little bit of heat there. He goes to the ramp, poses with his, two proteges, Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne. And of course, next week it's going to be Adam Copeland against Luchasaurus. Apparently, when it went off the air, things did get physical. He did, speared Luchasaurus, speared Nick Wayne again. Probably looking to spear Christian as well, but he kind of took a dive. That, of course, wasn't shown on TV, but so don't look like Adam Copeland and Christian Cage will be forming up anytime soon. Which is, hey, it's good. Let's for sure Adam Copeland's like, hey, give me somebody who's not going to kill me first. And hey, Luchasaurus is big, vicious, but I think he keeps everything pretty safe. Nick Wayne, it's Nick Wayne. It is what it is. He likes to do flicky stuff, but I don't think he's going to totally do anything to kind of, hurt him or any kind of dangerous moves or anything like that. But anyway, that does it for this week's AEW Dynamite Recap Show. What did you folks think of this week's Dynamite? Hit me up in the comments. Also, remember, be a champ and hit that subscribe button. Until then, have a good one and take it easy. Thank you for checking out my video. I really do appreciate it. And of course, this is the part where I ask you, if you're not subscribed yet, to click on that subscribe button, leave a like, also share with friends. And if you want to follow me on social media, on Twitter, X, it's at RRPATRPTV46. On Facebook, it's this Ronald Ray. And yes, I need to turn in my man card because I do have a TikTok. You can find me on TikTok at RP2Vision. As always, you have a good one and take it easy.